There we go. Hey, let's do full surface. What's up, everybody? Hey, wow, my shirt looks really orange. It's actually red, but it looks orange. Wow, that's weird. What's up, everyone? Ash Ketchum. I might actually play some Pokemon later today. I haven't played that in a long time. Just try to chill out a little bit with the holidays. Happy holidays, everybody who is hanging out. Oh, where's my holiday stuff? Hold on, 1 sec. And yes, we've changed to Kobe Bryant. Okay, we're good. We're holidaying it up. Oh, better take that tag off. Keeping it real, folks. And we're very diverse. We have African American Santa here. You know, Santa can be any race. Might be this could even be Middle Eastern Santa. I don't know. We'll keep it real. Yeah, we got the Merry Christmas. And not sure if Ashton has legs. Yeah, you got it. Maybe I'll go down a little bit more. Why isn't this not? There we go. Can't see my little ball hat. This feels lame. Whatever. I'm really tall. That's the problem, guys. I'm over 6 feet tall, so yeah. Okay. Also haven't shaven, so you know, looking pretty scruff. But it's holidays, so I'm chilling. Okay. I'm about to post the first Dave Rossi science piece here. So I think I mentioned, hey, Lamp, what's up, man? Thanks a lot. Tip is the wrong word, but yeah, let's call it like, you know, when you pay $1 to get it's like the equivalent of a lap dance, but for science. A scientific lap dance is what you're going to get here, Lamp. Welcome. We're going to drop this paper. You can't see it because on the other side of my screen. Yo, Quirky. Yo, PJ Mike, UK Rainbow Dancer, Slam Dunk Mo, Karen, Mark, Chrome, Staycation, Jason. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, everybody. Yeah, Bob is pretty sweet. I think that, hey, William. Hey, Jack Trading. Merry Festivus for the rest of us. Yeah, this hat looks ridiculous. This hat looks ridiculous, but I love it. Also, I got a thing for my dog as well. We're going to, hold on. We may have to show her as well. Lulu, come here. You know what? Lulu, come on, be a good girl. They want to see you, Lulu. Where's my scissors? Where's my freaking scissors, man? I don't know where my scissors is at, but I got this thing for my dog, so you guys can check her out too. Honestly, I probably have to. I might post a picture or a video of her with this thing on, if she can wear, if she wears it. I mean, this could go horribly wrong, guys. This could go horribly wrong. We're gonna find out. Watch out. Jesus. Okay, there we go. Lulu, come here. Come here. Oh no, she knows. She knows something's not right. I got some ears for her to wear. I think she knows that there's something wrong. She ran away when I tried to grab her. Yeah. So also, quick announcement. I've decided this may be a bad idea, but I am going to end up unblocking everybody on Twitter who hasn't blocked me. So everybody who's got me blocked, they will not get unblocked. But every single person who I've blocked that doesn't have me blocked. On Christmas, I'm going to unblock them. Maybe even Christmas Eve. I don't know how it's going to go, guys. Could be sketchy. Could be a deluge of trolls. Now, it doesn't mean we won't reblock them, but we're just going to see what happens. I looked the other day because someone was showing me how to check how many people you have blocked. I have like 1,400 people blocked. So we're going to unblock like 1,000 people. It's going to be interesting. Do it on stream? Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea. Problem is it's going to take like a while, man. That's a lot of people to unblock, like individually. Even if I'm clicking, it's going to take like 20 minutes just to unclick them all. Okay, I think maybe we will do it live. Good recommendations, honestly. Good recommendations. Okay, so we've got some science. This is going to take like good 30 minutes or an hour just to finish this science here, guys. Like, this scientific paper is pretty long. It's not technically a scientific paper. This is technically a research paper, okay? I'm going to put the link in the chat. You guys can read along with if you want. So Dave Rossi wrote this. This is a research paper. The reason why it's a research paper is because it's more of like something you would do if you were like in school, right? It's not like a scientific paper for publishing in that sense, but it does quote several other research papers within it. In fact, I think he mentioned one of these on Alien Scientist stream yesterday. It's like pukey to say, you don't belong out there, shoveling it back in. Yeah, I think we've reached the point where we can unblock everybody. Like, here's the reality, guys. You know I tell you guys everything honestly and openly. I always have. So part of the reason why we were blocking people early on is because a lot of it was about narrative control, right? And people wanted to, people were trying to control the narrative and trying to make sure that like people weren't following the case. But now we've reached a critical mass where it doesn't matter anymore, right? So even if people are trolls, it's not really that big a deal. We can just farm them for engagement, honestly. We'll just be a casual farmer out here, farming trolls for engagement. What's the meme? Oh yeah, like something like this. I'm but a simple farmer. What is it? Here we go. We're gonna do some memes as well, guys. We'll make even a meme here. Oh yeah, this is it. We'll probably even use the Pepe one. I like the Pepe one. Probably do something like this. Tending to our trolls, man. We're gonna be tending to our trolls. Just farming them for engagement. And then they'll be like, you're a grifter. And I'll be like, yeah, but you're the one helping me grift because you're giving me a free engagement. It's not quadruple, it's quadruple. Quadruple. So if you guys want to understand this before I post it, I'll explain. I've already read the entire research paper and did my best to understand it. So it turns out the science is actually way easier than I thought. Way easier than I thought. So what we're talking about when we're talking about how do you go faster than the speed of light? It really has to do with gravitational waves and really like Star Trek warp speed, right? And here's what you want to think of is just think of the construct that we live in, right? Think of it like a video game, literally like a video game. And that our 3D reality is being projected onto this space, just like the Matrix where they like build in the stuff on the Matrix. What we want to try to do is we need to break through what we physically see to get to that underlying matrix that is the construct that is housing our reality. And when we do that, then what we have happen is what we see in our videos, where you see this endothermic event happen because we've broken into the fabric of the underlying, vacuum state, if you want to call it that. Some people call it the ether. Honestly, it doesn't matter what you call it, but that's what causes the temperature drop. And so when we're talking about creating superluminal speeds, really what we're talking about creating is a barrier around the object, right? So let's use something that won't dox me. Let's just pretend like this power plug here is our plane and it's flying, right? What we want to do is we need to make a bubble around the plane. And it can be a really thin bubble. It can be just completely around the plane itself. But what we want to do is we want to bend space-time in front of the plane, pulling it forward, just like the Aquaberry drive, just like that. And then the idea there is that your local frame of reference is not going to be impacted by inertia, because what's happening is we're just bending the space-time in front. If we rip the space-time open in front of it, then we can cause the propulsion that we want to have happen. Turns out that's really all it comes down to. So that's what this paper will build on. And, the simplicity of it is what surprised me the most when I read through this paper. I was like, wait, we're just talking about Star Trek warp speed? And we're just talking about Alcubierre drive? I mean, this has all been out there forever. Like, how is this hidden? And this paper basically talks about that, is that it's all out there, right? This is all consistent with Newtonian physics, general relativity. We just have to piece it together. We just have to cheat a little bit. It's like Dave Rossi says, is a new look on old physics, right? So, yeah, reading through this, it's pretty wild. And then I think what we already learned from electrical engineering is huge. Because what we learned in electrical engineering, guys, think back to what we learned, the right-hand rule, right? So what this means is there's two wave functions that are happening when we have current. I think I'm saying this right. If not, the pointing vector, right? The pointing vector means that there's one wave kind of coming at the camera like this, and then there's another wave perpendicular to it. Now, what if we do this? What if we create an exact opposite wave coming back the other direction here? So we have our wave is going this way, right-hand rule. What if we make a left-hand rule wave that's in perfect synchronization, coherence? That is potentially how we can break the fabric of space-time. And if we can break that fabric of space-time, now we can create propulsion. And here's the other thing that we learned yesterday is we don't need to cancel out the other propulsion. That's not even necessary, although we can do that too, is that we can just create our own gravitational force as well. Now, looking at the videos, I think both are happening. So when we look at the drone video specifically, which is much more incredible than the satellite one, right? I mean, the satellite one's great, but the drone one really shows us what's going on here, right? And the beauty of this is that we see that the orb is doing two things. Some people like to argue in my replies that no, it's just the gravitational force that's keeping it up, but it's not. We can tell it's not just the gravitational force keeping it up here. We don't see the line like shooting upward, negating gravity, right? The line is shooting forward. So this orb should be falling, but it's not because it has no mass. And we see that because of the non-radiant barrier around it, which is a field. And despite what Bob Greenier said, I do not think this is a plasma ball. The reason why this is not a plasma ball is because we can see the line in front of it, meaning there's something coming out of this. It's shooting a laser beam out that's creating a gravitational wave in front of it. So there's actually two things happening here. It's completely ignoring gravity itself by being displaced from the local space-time, and it's pulling itself forward. Two different forces here. It's ignoring that. You could also say it's pinned to the plane, but you can't. It's not pinned to the plane most likely because when we look at the high-quality satellite video, we can see that initially it doesn't stick to the plane. It goes right past it. So it's ignoring gravity even when it comes flying in here. And then when it ricochets back, it's still ignoring gravity here. So this is why it's not just that it's sticking to the plane. Although one thing I was watching yesterday is really interesting. When the second orb shows up, it like pretty quickly gets into formation. The part about where it gets into formation is really wild. Like watch this. So you can see it start coming up here. When it first comes up, it's right next to the other orb. Like they're close to one another. But watch how fast it gets into formation. It doesn't go into the opposite side. It doesn't become a 180 degree situation. It actually goes into right where like it's expecting the third orb to show up. So you see that? And it moves right away into the location where now it's going to create an equilateral triangle. Actually, I'm wrong. It does kind of almost make a 180 degree pattern here. But now you see right away that's actually already moving into a location where it's expecting the third orb to show up. So to me, this has got to already be preset. The pattern's already been preset before the third orb even shows up here. Really interesting. And then the third orb shows up and goes directly into formation. Like it knows right where it's supposed to go. So it can't just be that they're attracting and repelling. There has to be something else going on here. I almost brought this up yesterday, but Bob's very verbose. And yeah, so didn't have a lot of time to stick it in there. But, oh wait, that's probably not how I should phrase it. Didn't have a lot of time to jump in. And then it gets locked into formation. And we see it get locked into formation right after the third orb. Yeah, it does feel like magnets. Like I feel like my magnet analogy is dead on. Like when these are converging, that's definitely what's causing the singularity, where it's causing the snap, if you want to think of it. And I've had people that are electrical engineers come and say, yes, so this all is like makes sense, even though it should seem like magic, right? Okay. So they're creating a gravitational wave, right? And then it's basically the Akuberi drive. And now the plane just snaps. Now, one thing I think I would disagree with Bob with, and I just to be perfectly honest, I respect the hell out of Bob. He's amazing. The fact that he's doing all this science is incredible. I think that there does have to be a fourth orb. You have to be able to control this more than just turn the electrons on and turn it off. There's got to be some type of counteraction or entanglement effect going on here, in my mind. And that's the thing where I think that he doesn't adequately explain. Because if you just stop shooting the electrons into the system, it feels like the system's going to break down and it's like driving your car without a steering wheel, right? Yeah, nobody's debunked the cloud movement. I mean, you can see the clouds moving like throughout the video. You can see the water in the background. This is why even Chris Leto's like, wait, what are people talking about with static clouds? Like we can see the ocean moving in the background too. They're like, oh, it's just a displacement effect. Like, what are you talking about, man? This is why no one's gonna be able to recreate the videos. No one will ever be able to recreate the videos. It's just not possible. It's like if I were to give you a video of real life and say, go ahead and recreate that, right? You're not gonna be able to. You can make a crude approximation, but it's always going to look fake. When we watch these videos, it doesn't look fake, right? That's the thing. And that's because there's no discrepancies on a single frame. Okay. So I told Dave we'd get this stuff posted out, so I want to start posting. I kind of want to make the tweets ahead of time, but there's not a good way to do it. So it's going to have to be kind of a slow process, unfortunately. We're going to have to farm our trolls as well. So yeah, I strongly believe there's two different anti-gravitational effects going on here. One is that the orbs are freely floating. I think they're also acting as attracting and repelling when they get into formation. But then you also see the forward-facing gravity engine as well, right here, right? We see this. Now if this was just a ball of plasma, you're not going to see this forward-facing gravity engine. To me, this means there's something mechanical inside of here. Inside of this field. So it's a field, and the fact that it can make it this small blows my mind. This is tiny. How are they getting a particle accelerator and this toroidal electromagnetic field that's like 3 toroids deep, at least based on what Bob Grenier says? How are they getting that in a small space like this? Dave's manuscript is a research paper. I think I just put the link in the chat. Let me pin it to the top. You guys can download it if you want. If you want to follow along, you can take a look yourself. What I will do is what I normally do, which is I'm going to summarize it like I've done here. This is the actual summary that he posted. And then I'm going to put some tweet replies. And I'm going to take screenshots as well. I'm looking at it on my other screen here right now. I'm trying to avoid having to retype it all out because some of this stuff's screenshots. It's going to be a struggle. Yeah, there has to be something to receive the matter wave. That's so. Oh. Langy, I don't know if I'm saying your name right, but yeah, if you think of it like there needs to be a catcher's mitt, right? There needs to be a catcher's mitt somewhere. I mean, this plane is going superluminal speeds from a gravitational wave. How do you stop? Think of it like if you are on a surfboard. You could argue that maybe the gravitational wave slows down, right? And like so, if you're on a wave on a surfboard, you can coast along it. It really is like surfing. It really is. Also, there are 3 entangled orbs back at the base. There could also be more than 1 entangled orb back at the base, but I don't think you need 3 more orbs, but there could be. There could be. Maybe you do need 3 additional ones. The cloud movement stuff would be way too hard to fake. You'd have to go pixel by pixel. That's the problem on it. Like if people try to apply an effect, it's going to apply that effect and it's going to look super fake. It's just going to look super fake. That's reality. I don't really want to address more debunks. I think I'm going to post this and get started. Do I need to put like page numbers on this? How many pages is this going to be? Just estimating the amount of pages. I'm thinking it's going to be like 4 tweets. How come I can't copy anything from this? Is that a picture? This must be a picture. Problem is I can't prepare my tweets ahead of time. I want to post them rapidly, but this is going to take a minute to do. Okay, I think I'm going to just go ahead and post it anyway. Here we go. We're just going to have to do it one page. We're going to have to do it one tweet at a time. It's not my thing's not going to be 13 tweets because I'm just summarizing it. I've already posted the link right here. I am going to post it to UFO Twitter and UFO X and to the science thing. I'm not going to post it to MH370 tag because it's not technically directly related to MH370. Yeah, I can screen capture stuff. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually take pictures of the pictures, which is going to be kind of suspicious, kind of sketch, but we'll see. Okay, here we go. I think we're good. Christmas hats. Dave Rossi Science. Okay, let's post the paper by Eric W. Davis. Let me just picture this. Maybe we do like this. I don't know how to do the page numbers just yet. That'll work. Oops. Crap. Closed it. And he's even got sub for Pius in here. Pretty spicy. I like it. Okay, so this is his second tweet. Sorry, guys. I may not be able to answer questions while I'm working on this. Doesn't like anti-gravitic, huh? Hopefully I'm not getting anything wrong here. I want to put page numbers, but It's too hard. I don't know how many pages it's going to be. Ugh. Oh, God. Sorry, I have to put this into a notepad so that it formats correctly. I'm also making some edits to his content. Summarizing it a little bit. Okay, let's just read this real quick. This paper summarizes how electrodynamics and gravitation are coupled in a Hamiltonian formulation, followed by appropriate quantization scheme from an analysis of the coupled field interactions. Hamiltonian, one can derive a completely classical scattering cross-section for the decay of photons into gravitons and photons, and thus describe a simple physical mechanism for the generation of gravitons in lab experiments. It is shown that astronomical detection of a galactic ELF VHF gravitons near Earth is presently feasible. An alternative graviton production scheme involves low-energy laser photon and high-energy electron beam scattering in a linear collider is described and compared to the photon scattering decay scheme. An evaluation of a scheme to generate gravitons in the lab using a pulsed power system and ultra-high intensity lasers shows that this technology is several years away from realizing the energy and sizing requirements for generating a significant number of gravitons. Speculation on a future space propulsion system is described, whereby an intense, highly collimated beam of high gravity frequency gravitons is produced and emitted from the propulsion system. Einstein's general relativity theory allows for beam of gravitational radiation to be used as propellant because gravitational waves are ripples on the curvature of spacetime, such that we can use as propellant to attain acceleration simply by ejecting one hard vacuum into another. Let me see what else we got here. Sorry, I'm just taking a look at it right now. Okay. What am I going to say here? I'm probably going to let this speak for itself. Oops. I'm going to copy and paste some of that. What's the spiciest part? Processor. I mean, he just lays it out right here. We're looking at a gravitational wave in front of the orbs. It's being produced by a pulse laser. They're actually able to produce an actual wave, gravitational wave, it seems like. That's what the geodesic is. It's just simple, actually. It seems complicated, but it's not. I'm going to use his last name. I better, like, copy paste this or something. Copy this. Okay, there we go. Okay, let me just make sure what's next on this paper. I'll look at some comments here in a second. Okay, yeah, this is good. This is actually a good note, so go to the next post. Oops, I didn't really review that. I think that's fine. Okay. How do I add another tweet or whatever you have to do for this? There we go. Add another post. Okay. Okay, let me see what we got in the comments. Hey, James. Hey, everybody. Better grammar. I mean, what? I only wrote like 2 sentences. Probably could have got rid of this comma here. Whatever. It's fine. I was trying to help Dave with his grammar, or not his general formatting, but it is what it is, folks. Scientists aren't exactly known for their proper grammar in English speaking. Hail Santa. Yo. You asked for 1 Bitcoin? It's nice, man. I hope you get that Bitcoin from Kim. People were asking Kim to support MH370. It cracked me up. What was I going to say? I've already lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah. Santa is definitely just probably teleporting around, huh? Delivering presents to everybody. Thanks, Luke. Appreciate you, man. We're going hard on the science right now. If you want to follow along, you can take a look at the scientific paper. I'm on a particular historical pattern right now. One thing that the author would like to point out to the readers that regardless of the source of such publications, there's a constant, never-ending return to the conceptual understanding of the curving of space-time by means of an electromagnetic gradients, giving rise to higher second-order effects, not unlike that of building steps to make a set of stairs. If we consider that there's electric permittivity and magnetic permeability of the quantum vacuum, or ether, represents the masculine and feminine metaphysical characteristics of life, then we must ask, could there be a metaphysical characteristics that give birth to the physical characteristics? Could it be possible that such processes for inducing said phenomena in the laboratory have been staring at us right at the time? The question then becomes, how can one curl the Poynting vector to be topologically stable and potentially, dare one postulate? Yeah, like there's a couple things in here that I'm going to change. Just because you gotta really make it easier for people. Make it easier for us normies. You know what I'm saying? You guys know what I'm saying. Don't want it to sound too pompous. We can delete the dare one postulate stuff. Okay, let's put this in here. Put this in here. Pointing vector. Okay, let's see what else we're going to take out here. Okay. Take this as well. One sec. Sorry, I have to reformat it all, guys. Okay. Probably gonna be a lot of haters, but it is what it is. Okay. Prigazine, huh? Prigazine. Salvatore Pais referenced Prigazine quite a bit. Okay. Let's see. Can't take the image of this, huh? I think I'm gonna he needs a better header for this part. What do we call this one? I'm gonna take this part here. We're gonna put this here. Ugh, I gotta type it out. There should be a single quote as well, not double quote. Oh man, my dad was an English major or whatever, so when I was younger, I used to have to rewrite all my papers like 50 million times. This also, I think we should just remove the single quote entirely. Doesn't need any of that. How did we do it for the one? We'll just do all caps on this. Although we could probably turn this into italics here. Okay, that's good. I like this. I think we screenshot this. Add that. Yeah, okay. I think we probably have a couple more posts. This one's going to be longer. I'm probably just going to directly summarize him on this. Okay. I'm going to probably edit this here. One sec. Okay. I'll post it in a second for you guys to read. I mean, if you're reading, you can follow along and see. So this is interesting too, because when you think about this, you think about this system and this matrix, let's say, that we're in, right? And you realize that everything is based on right angles. So even in a system that's organized like this, there must be a way to break the system. It's kind of long, huh? I'm going to delete this part. Now he's talking about, I think, toroids. I know maybe this is the right way. I want to shorten this as much as possible. Merry Christmas, everybody. Welcome to the new people who jumped on. Thanks, Stefan. How's it going? Thanks, everybody who's watching along. Oh, Bernie's here? Hey, Bernie. Hey, man. We're doing a little science action. I'm trying to do this justice, which is hard because I'm not a PhD. I'm going to get rid of this part with Salvatore Pius. Nullifying local exothermic reactions. I mean, there it is, man. This is what these guys are talking about, man. Oops, I just spaced too many times. Is that about right, guys? Ask Grok to summarize it. The crazy part about this is like if you rip through the fabric of space-time, then you may cause an endothermic reaction of absorption where like the fabric's trying to suck back in on itself, right? Like this is why everybody's reaching out to us, because we're seeing it. We're seeing what they would expect to see in video. Like I think we're actually looking at a rip in space-time. Now that's a crude way of putting it, but wow. Is this good enough? I'm scared to even like type a lot of this. Yeah, does it look orange though? The shirt looks orange. Oh well, it all just kind of looks orange. Let me see the next part. It's possible that such resonance under the conceptual basis of quantum mechanics effects denoting the observation that all particles are constantly always oscillating and never stop in its place. I think this is probably good. I think we go with this, right? Yeah, faster than light seems very plausible with this, right? I kind of want to add some more pictures. I'm gonna look for a curling of the Poynting vector. Wow, there's nothing. There's nothing. Oh, here we go. There's literally nothing on curling the Poynting vector. I'm gonna put this picture in here. I think this is the best one here. You can see the curling. Oh, here we go. This is what we need. This is what I want. Here we go. This is what I want. Anything else I missed? I think this is probably fine. I don't have to be perfect, right? I don't have to be perfect. Okay, I think I need to copy this. Man, we're getting scientific up in this business. We're getting scientific. Okay. This is more scientific than I've ever gotten in my whole life right now. Okay. We need another header. Okay, you know what? We'll use this one here. Ugh. 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 Thankfully, Dave's got a marketing major friend who can help out with cleaning up some of his formatting here. Use of quotes versus use of single quote. We do like this, right? Here we go. This is what we want. Oh, hello. Come on. God, Twitter is just sucks for long form content. Okay, I'm just going to copy all this. And then let's do atmospheric circuit. We're almost at the end. I think there's probably just 2 more posts. So I don't know however many this was, 6. And I had to close my window. It's too noisy. Oops. Atmospheric circuit. Add some room fixtures. Actually, this one should probably be redefining understanding of static. I don't know. Let's just type some of our stuff out here and see. Let's copy this. Okay, so things are always oscillating. That's important. We need to make sure that's in here. It could lead to higher order effects. Yeah, okay, so this is actually what we want. We're going to keep it like this. Okay, let's post this. Getting Christmassy up in this snitch. After we're done with the scientific paper, I will make Lulu wear these reindeer things and show her on stream and try not to get her pissed off at me. So that should be entertaining. I have a feeling she's not going to enjoy it, so that will be entertaining for the viewers. Okay. One thing I don't like is when you don't want to ask questions, right? I would say you just say such resonance, right? And this should actually be after the effect part here. All parts are constantly always oscillating. This is important, right? This is also a little bit redundant. I think we're going to get rid of this part. People who are smarts are already going to know that they were already always doing that. And this is not a question. And I don't like asking questions in my papers either. So you guys can read the fully unedited one. I'm kind of modifying this down, editing it down for simplicity on Twitter, since Twitter's pretty limited. I mean, basically what we're talking about here is we're taking a tuning fork and you're putting it against a glass and the glass shatters, right? Same concept. We just need to have the entire reality shatter, right? Langley, I mean, normies and debunkers are never going to believe the stuff to be real. We're not trying to reach those people. We just don't care. Thanks, Cody. Appreciate you. Yeah, it's kind of comes down to harmonics and waves, right? Sound waves, everything's a wave. I don't think I'm going to use all this. It's just too long. I'm going to get rid of this. People can read the whole thing if they want. I just don't want to. I don't want to overwhelm people when they're reading. Ooh, he talks about wireless energy transmission. I love it. I've always wondered why we couldn't transmit energy wirelessly. Feels like we should be able to. He's got the quote on the wrong part here. What the hell? What the hell? How do you do this? How does this quote not exist? Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, yeah. So then the next one's going to be about space-time. So what do we say here? Is that true? Everything can be described as a wave? My science smarts. Can everything be described as a wave? I feel like it probably can, right? Let me Google it. Yeah, everything's actually made up of waves. Nice. Sweet. I'll probably just close that. This is good. I think that's good. Let's do capacitor images. Capacitor definition. Let's see if we can find an image for capacitor. I'm gonna take this right here. I don't like that one. Let's put that in there. I think that's good. I'm going to go ahead and post this here. You guys can, if you want to follow along in real time. Okay, sweet. Orb on a shelf. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we're on post 5 already. Yikes. Okay. Okay, let's go with this. This might be the last post. I'm probably going to abbreviate the rest of it here. I mean, there's an Akaberry drive right there. And here's the last one. Hey, Red Panda. Hey, man. Thanks a lot, buddy. Appreciate you, Red Panda. Definitely happy to have met you as well, man. You're one of the nicest people I've ever run across in my life. You can, the link is in the top of the, at the top, guys. Click on the pinned message for the link to the whole paper. I posted most of it in here, though. Lord of the Orbs, don't be a douchebag, man. I'm not sure what's wrong with people, like, why idiots like Lord of the Orbs have to, like, gatekeep and try to feel smarter, right? Like, Lord of the Orbs, I guarantee that you are not nearly as intelligent as half the people in the chat, so just stop pretending, man. Just stop pretending. And be better, man, in the future. Like, people like this are, like, the worst, man. Like, why do you have to be a terrible human being? Have you ever just thought, like, not be so negative to people all the time? Like, this is the kind of people that I can't stand, you know? You're like, there's only 2 kinds of people in the world, man. There's only 2 kinds of people. And I'm going to say this again because I haven't, I think I deleted the stream where I mentioned it. You're either somebody who is trying to build things and solve things, or you're somebody that's trying to put up barriers and tear people down. Choose what kind of person in the world you want to be. If you're somebody who's trying to build things, people are going to respect you and look up to you. If you're somebody who's trying to tear stuff down, you're going to be a terrible human being that nobody wants to be around, right? So honestly, just look internally. Lord of the Orbs, I'm speaking to you directly right now. I want you to look internally at the kind of person you are and decide what kind of person do you want to be. Do you want to be somebody that builds things up and produces stuff? Or do you want to be a piece of crap who tries to tear stuff down, right? This is what's wrong with people like on Reddit, and this is why Reddit in general like becomes this toxic location where everybody's just trying to tear stuff down, right? And it happens because of brainwashing and gatekeeping and all the terrible behaviors that social media and anonymity, promote. Types of mass brainwashing, the fact that nobody can think for themselves because they're too afraid to be attacked by other people, right? So if we got rid of anonymity on the internet, most of this stuff would go away instantly. People don't act like this when they have skin in the game, right? The moment all of a sudden, like, we tie your real name to like Lord of the Orbs, the moment we figure out who Lord of the Orbs really is, and it turns out he's like some guy who does construction or something like that, right? Then, that's the end of him talking crap, right? He never talks crap ever again, right? Ellie, hey Ellie, what's up? So, I think that you guys need to start to really look internally, especially the trolls on social media. Like, look internally, man. Decide what kind of person you want to be. It's never too late to change, man. Never too late to change. Never too late to change, man. Be a better person in the future, You'll find that your life will become better when you become a better person as well. Anyway. And just as a reminder for the people who think that they're going to debunk us or make us stop, there's literally nothing that you can do to make us stop looking into this case. Nothing at all. There's just nothing. So don't even bother. Don't even try. You're just wasting your time. The best thing you could do is try to help us explain the science so that we can prove it real and that we can get the answers to the victims of MH370. I literally don't care what's causing what happens in the videos. All I want to do is get the answers to MH370. I want the U.S. government to admit we were filming the plane and that those videos are of MH370, which, if you look at them, they clearly are, man. This is clearly MH370 in these videos, right? The reason why we didn't find any debris field, the reason why we didn't find any black boxes, it's all explained by these videos. The reason why it's a fire is explained by the videos. The reason why someone went to prison over the events related to 1 month within the time frame of the plane disappearing. I know, it's hard to believe, man. It's hard to believe that we've got weird, crazy orbs that can disappear a plane, right? But it seems to be the best explanation to date by far. And the reason why no one can recreate the videos is it's like if you're trying to recreate real life. You can never recreate real life. It's always going to look fake, right? Because you're recreating it. It's like too many small details that are required. Like, I know this seems crazy, but the reality is science says this is possible. Actual Newtonian physics. It's just we just have to rethink how we look at it. It's not that we're not breaking the ruler. We're bending it. We're bending the rules, but they're still works, right? Okay, let's finish this up, guys. Lord of the Orbs, I don't, like, if you followed me, man, I don't care if it's non-human intelligence or not, man. Like, I've been 100% clear about that. You're welcome to believe whatever you want about it, man. If you think this has to be aliens for whatever reason, then come up with a theory for why it has to be aliens, right? I'm being clear. I do not believe it's aliens. That doesn't mean that I'm telling you that you have to believe it's not aliens. I'm just saying everything can be explained by science. The motivation can be explained by human motivations. That's the evidence. As to what people want to believe, if you think this is too advanced, right, then sure, man. But I would warn you. You see how people react to me. I don't even say it's aliens, and people persistently are in my replies going, "You think aliens zapped the plane to another dimension?" Even though I literally don't say that. Like I get it on both sides. I get the people saying that I think it's aliens that zaps the plane to another dimension when I'm saying it's humans that are teleporting the plane somewhere else on Earth. And then I have the other people on the other side going, you don't believe it's aliens. Why don't you believe it's aliens? It's like, I can't win. You can't please everybody, man. You can't please everyone. I'm just telling you my opinions. Okay. Anyway, I want to finish this up. I don't want to get too sidetracked with the questions here. I'm going to close my door here real quick, too. People love to drive their cars real fast. The good news is this, guys. Even if this is our technology, it pretty much confirms a reverse engineering program, man. I'm pretty sure we didn't figure out quantum mechanics and unification theory all on our own, man. I'm pretty sure we didn't figure this out all on our own. To me, the only question is, okay, did we dig up some craft that were here before us? Or are there really beings visiting us? The good news is if you can teleport something faster than the speed of light, then beings can actually visit us. Like now, traveling from Zeta Reticuli or wherever else is plausible. I've been clear. I don't care if they're visiting us or not. That's just not important to me, you know? I have the same view as my parents have on that, which is, what does it matter? How does it change my life, right? Sorry, I missed canceling the ad. I skipped the ad break. Okay, wait. I want to get this done, guys. Hold on. Need to focus. Might be martini time later too. I don't know. I haven't drank since I had my since that one day where I had too much. It's been over a week. How do we reconcile the differences between linear and nonlinear forms of static space-time metrics, superposition? How do we interpret such? How do we reconcile? I think we can skip this part. Okay, here we go. I think we just pull this quote. Who's he quoting? Who's he quoting in this? I actually don't know who he's quoting in this. Is it from the paper? You guys know where this quote comes from? Oh, hold on. I might have to dig up this quote. It's quoted, but I'm not sure if he's actually quoting somebody or if he's quoting himself here. He doesn't say who he's quoting. For the record, I love Dave. He's probably one of my closest friends, even though I've only known him for a very short period of time. And I'd like to help him out because I think he's going to end up being one of the most influential scientists of the younger generation. He's only 25 years old. It's incredible. Can you guys believe that Dave Rossi's 25 years old, man? Maybe it's the beard that makes him look older. I actually can't believe it. If somebody told me that Dave Rossi figured out anti-aging technology, I would actually be like, okay, maybe it's true. It's hard to believe, man. Is he messaging me right now? That would be really funny if he messaged me right now while I'm talking about him like that. But these papers in here, especially that Eric W. Davis one, pretty spicy. Pretty spicy, guys. Okay. I'm going to just put all the stuff here, and then we'll edit it down. We're not going to use all this. Come on. As you can see, science takes a long time, man. Science takes a while. This is, even just editing it, takes a while. Now, are there any other questions that we have to address in the chat? I'll take a look, but I kind of want to wait till after this, then we can talk a little bit. And I want to do more stuff. We're going to be really productive today. I want to get the drone stuff out there before I forget. I think we might even figure out what camera was used. I think we may. And then I think maybe I'll stream tomorrow and unblock everybody. Do a little Christmas stream, just unblocking people. Probably going to take the whole stream, just unblock everybody. I have so many people blocked. Maybe we'll have chat decide for some of them if they get blocked or unblocked or not. Might be fun. They didn't seem to like when I did my unblocking space. No one. They thought that was too pretentious, which is fair. Maybe it was too pretentious. Okay, this is just kind of long. Okay. Yeah, it definitely feels like we're getting better at the science. Definitely feels like we're getting better at the science, guys. Like, even just reading this paper, I was reading this yesterday, and then I was talking to Dave afterwards, and I was like, man, it's starting to scare me how I'm starting to understand this. Punjabi Batman, I think, was a genuine person, even though I did not agree with like half the stuff he posted, which is why we didn't ever align. Like, Punjabi Batman's not in my Discord. He was never in my Discord. I'm worried about what happened to him. I mean, he got permanently banned from Reddit. It's pretty bizarre. And then people were like LARPing as Punjabi Batman, which is also really weird, man. And just for the record, I don't have any other accounts on Reddit. I'm banned from the debunker subreddit. So if anyone's pretending to be me on there, they're not me. I'm also obviously not Punjabi Batman. I don't know why that has to be said, but Punjabi Batman is not an American. The thing that happened to me yesterday is I realized it's a lot simpler than I thought. I mean, it's still difficult because now we have to figure out how do we create an exact opposite force that can either negate two things coming together or can cause, cause the phase conjugation that we need. We need the waves to come and form. I mean, I don't know if they have to be like you would think that they need to be exactly the same. Maybe that's what causes the breakdown of space-time, but we're speculating. Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if Punjabi Batman got a visit by the feds, man. So I'm going to tell a story about Punjabi Batman because he's banned. So Punjabi Batman has been messaging me for a while, and I've had reason to believe that he is like talking to somebody. Now, I think that he takes he gets bits and pieces, right? And then I think he just kind of runs with it, which is why some of his stuff doesn't seem to be that grounded. But one of the things that he told me when he went dark the first time back in October was that he told me he got sent a message that was his actual coordinates of his location. And the reason why this was scary is because he was on multiple VPNs. So he had multiple VPNs, and they were able to find him and send him his coordinates, basically saying like, we know where you are. How sketchy. And then he went dark for like 2 months after that. And then he showed up just recently, like what was it, like 2 weeks ago or something like that, where he started posting again. Like, I definitely think that there was somebody telling him stuff like, hey, this stuff's real. And then, that's how they do it. Like, they say, hey, this is real. Like, somebody, if you have a friend or something, right, that's in the know. And then you start digging around. And that's what I think he's been doing, right? I don't know where he is. I imagine he's either Indian or Pakistani, just because Punjabi Batman, right? I mean, there's a billion people in India, so. But yeah, how wild is that? He told me that, and that freaked me out. That's why when I was dealing with the scammer, when I thought the scammer was real, I was sitting there telling them, you're not safe. They're like, oh, I'm behind 3 VPNs. I'm like, you're not safe behind 3 VPNs, man. I'm like, Punjabi Batman was being tracked behind 2 VPNs. They sent him his coordinates, man. Like, that's means you ain't safe, my man. And that's why I tell people, too, is that there's no encryption that's going to protect you either, man. Encryption will also not protect you. That's why everything has to be in the open. This is why I stream everything. Yeah. The VPN coordinates story is weird. The only reason why I'm even telling it now is because he's been banned and who knows what's happened to him. And it might be relevant. I mean, it might help him. I don't know. He hasn't reached out to me. I haven't got an email from anybody claiming to be Punjabi Batman. But I actually wouldn't be able to believe it anyway, right? Because I've been getting scammed so much. Like, I can't believe what anybody says. Which is unfortunate, but it's probably for the best for the investigation. And I've also only wanted whatever, I've only wanted the truth anyway. So it doesn't matter. Okay, let's finish this up. We're almost done here, guys. I told you this paper would take about an hour. I think that's where we're at right with this. Just science is slow, my man. Science is slow. Oh, I forgot to put the hashtags on them. Oh man, I knew I was gonna forget to push the hashtags on them. I'll put the hashtags on this one. Where are those hashtags? What the heck was that? I want the feds to come visit me, man. There was somebody on Reddit who was messaging me going, I don't know if you're a plant or not. I'm like, who's planting me, man? The CIA is planting me for what? To reveal the videos? I mean, maybe you could argue that. I'm like, this is why I stream everything. So that people can realize like I'm not hiding anything. I told him like if the government visited me, I would record it. Because he was like, the person was saying like, I'm surprised they wouldn't make you sign an NDA. I'm like, how are they gonna make me sign an NDA? Everything I'm revealing is public information. If they were to show up at my door, I would video it and put it on the internet. And then that would be proof that the stuff's real. Yeah, Lulu would actually just bite the crap on anybody. She doesn't mess around. You guys heard her the other day. She does not mess around. If she doesn't like you, then you gotta back off. Okay, do we have 4 pictures already? We already have 4 pictures. Crap. I'm gonna redo this picture. I want to capture both aspects of this. There we go, like that. There we go. Okay. There we go. Dave Rossi just whipped this up. Like, how long did this take him to make? It's a 13-page research paper that he just randomly whipped up. Okay, let's finish this off, guys. What do we think here? Yes, hey everybody. I definitely think I want to talk to Michael Perrone as well. That dude's smart. Very smart. I can tell. I can tell he's also very skeptical. But the crazy part was he was going hard at Bob, and Bob was able to answer pretty much everything to Michael Perrone's satisfaction. I also want to visit. I was afraid to ask. I was going to ask in the stream where those guys are located, because if they cook up LK99 or something again, I want to actually go visit and watch, and I want to record it, and I'll do a real reporting on it, real time. Nah, I wasn't in a band. I was never into music. I mean, I like music, but I never played any instruments or anything. What I'll say is in college, I did singing class in my senior year because I just needed credits, and it didn't matter what the credits were. So I was like, okay, I'm going to take like the easiest thing there is, which was singing. Plus, I wanted to learn more about music, and I couldn't play any instruments. And no, I'm not necessarily a good singer in any respect whatsoever. I learned like singing classically, which is it's not like enjoyable. I mean, it was fine. Okay. This must be a quote from something, right? Who's actually quoted on this? We're going to delete this part here. He didn't answer this question mark.